Hey everyone, welcome to Real French Food. I'm Olivia Saez and I'm going to tell you how to eat on $50 a week. So we're just gonna have a chat, you and me, right now about what you need to keep your costs low, not have to go get fast food, and still get to eat healthy. Really keep it simple. The first step that you need to do is check out your pantry. Having your pantry staples is super important. So pantry staples, your seasonings. Get your seasonings, keep them, use them. Don't just go to the store and get a big thing of seasoning for one dish that you're gonna make and then probably never make it again. Have the really good staples, your salt and pepper, something spicy if you like a little heat in your sauces, and some of your favorites, basil, thyme, any other ingredients that you really like to include in some of your dishes. The next thing that you really need to think about in your pantry are carbs. I know a lot of you at home are trying to cut carbs and limit them. So pick the right carbs. Potatoes, an excellent choice for carbohydrates. I actually love doing loaded baked potatoes one night for dinner. Really healthy for you. Make sure that you don't put a lot of full fat ingredients on top of your potatoes. You just roast them in the oven, add a little bit of low fat sour cream, maybe a little bit of cheese, some nice chives, and you've got dinner. It's really super easy, healthy, and filling. Don't forget rice. Rice is gluten-free, so you can really get to the core of your diet and make sure that you can eliminate all the extra stuff that you don't really need in your life and stick to rice. It's super good for you. If you want to do the pasta thing, I love pasta. I will eat it almost every day if I can. Go for it. Do the whole wheat version if you really feel like adding those extra little bits of health to your diet. I love doing white pasta on occasion. It's really flavorful and it's all about the ingredients that you mix with it. Don't forget too that your pantry also includes stuff that you may put in your fridge. I always have eggs, I always have a low-fat milk, and I always have cheese. Cheese is definitely something that's full of fat, but I don't eat too much of it. I may splurge during the holidays and during special occasions, but for the most part, limit the cheese intake, but I only have a little bit on my dish. So once your pantry is set, you've got your oil, you've got some canned goods as well, you can plan out your meals, and that's the next step, planning. It's super important to make sure that you know what you're gonna have for the rest of the week. For dinner, for lunch, even for breakfast. Have cereals, toast, really simple things in the morning, a yogurt, maybe even some oatmeal, something that will last you for the whole week. For lunch, make it a big lunch if you can. Use, like I said earlier, the baked potatoes. That's a really great lunch to have too. And then for dinner, you can do the same thing. Plan it out, know what you're gonna make, and maybe even reuse something later on. So if you make something for dinner, have it for lunch the next day in a different way. The important thing to think about as well is to pick recipes that don't have tons of ingredients. If you choose a recipe that has 16 ingredients, of course you're gonna spend a lot of money. Keep it simple, don't buy so many ingredients. Keep recipes really low, just a handful of ingredients, 30 minutes or less, and you don't have to spend a lot of time or money. The last thing to consider too is when you're actually at the supermarket buying everything, take your time. You don't need to spend hours there, but don't rush when you're at the store. That's when we start to buy impulsively and you're buying things like potato chips and extra stuff that you really probably shouldn't be having. It's okay once in a while to indulge in something you enjoy, but keep it simple and take your time when you're shopping. Saving money at the store is really very easy. When you take your time, plan out your meals, have your pantry staples ready to go, and choose recipes that don't have tons of ingredients, you can eat on $50 a week. And you can even probably go even less than that, including all your toothpaste and all your extra ingredients of your day-to-day life. So stick with it, and à votre santé.